Welcome in, everyone. Please tap the screen, share out the live while we wait for Ta'Haley's best friend. Sorry about that. Oh, where'd you go? I seen you. Okay. Welcome in, guys. Please tap the screen, share out the live. I would greatly appreciate it.
Hello.
And let's just wait for a couple more people before we get into the hard stuff.
Devin, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut my camera on in a minute.
Alright. I just shared it to all of the mods. So, guys, give me 1 second. Let me go put a message in our Discord to let all the mods know we are live, because I didn't do it beforehand.
Rocky, my best friend, Ta'Haley Payton, went on a birthday trip to Charlotte, North Carolina with her baby father, and they got into an altercation, resulting in him leaving her, which he claims he left her. And 19 days after she was missing, her body was found 600 feet away from where she was last seen in a creek with only her bra with 3 braids left in her hair. And they're claiming that my best friend passed away due to hypothermia. Which, if you listen to what I just said, you would be like, she definitely did not pass away to hypothermia.
No, she didn't. Did you? Well, no, we'll wait to get into everything fully when we get some more people in here. So, do you want to kind of just talk about the kind of person Ta'Haley was before all this happened?
My best friend is an extremely funny, well, she was an extremely funny person. She still is. When I watch our videos back, she still makes me laugh. Just her spirit was always so bright. I tell people that she always made me feel seen when I really didn't, when I felt so alone. Ta'Haley always made me feel like I was seen and like I was somebody. And I don't know, she was the best friend I could really ever ask for. She truly made my middle school years, my most depressing years, livable, and made me want to live during those dark times. I've always gone through like a lot of grief and losing people close to me, especially at a young age. And Ta'Haley related to that, as she lost her biological dad at a young age. And we never really talked about her dad like we did a few times, but she always related to me when I was going through my griefs. She was always really there for me. And I don't know, she was just an amazing person, an amazing best friend, amazing sister, amazing mom, amazing at literally anything. She's beautiful inside and out, truly. Her soul was so beautiful and is so beautiful. I know I feel her spirit a lot. And in those moments, I'm extremely grateful to know that she still is around and is still protecting me even when she's not here. Because when she was here, best believe if anybody messed with Kalani, oh, here comes Ta'Haley. Here comes Ta'Haley. Don't mess with Kalani, because Ta'Haley will mess with you. Her daughter is okay. Her daughter's great, happy, and healthy, besides the fact that she's going to have to grow up without her mom. But her baby is safe. I don't want to see any comments about her child. That is not our concern. Our concern is getting justice for Tahaley. I will make sure her child grows up knowing what kind of person her mom was, which was a beautiful person. And her child will know me and Tahaley's relationship and how deep our love went for each other. Because she truly was the definition of a ride or die. Anytime I had anything wrong, Tahaley was there. Vice versa. That's why when Tahaley said, I'm waiting on Kalani, her family believed her because I was always there for Tahaley, vice versa. Anytime we needed each other, we were there for each other. And Tahaley is originally from Albany, Georgia. So I was one of like her first friends that she started hanging out with outside of school when they moved down here. And so her mom always knew me since we were kids and always knew like, oh, if she's with Kalani, she's okay, she's safe. She's safe. And that's why her family wasn't so stressed when everything first happened, because they thought she was with me. They knew if Tahaley was with Kalani, she was safe. And Tahaley wasn't with Kalani. She wasn't with me, and she wasn't safe. My best friend's beautiful spirit should be known, and her name should be known. I want everyone to know her name and about her case and what happened to her, because what happened to her isn't right. There's so many questions.
So, Kalani, we actually do have several people that are asking what happened. Do you want to read the petition or would you like me to?
I'm just gonna give a brief overview, and then you can go into reading the full petition, just so we can keep everyone in here so they don't, because the petition's super long. My best friend Tahaley Payton went on a birthday trip November 20th. November 19th, she went on a birthday trip to Charlotte, North Carolina with her baby father for her 22nd birthday. On November 20th, she woke up at the hotel and they had an altercation, where he left Tahaley with no phone, no resources, nothing. My best friend originally went out of town with him to rekindle their relationship. Tahaley's mom begged Tahaley not to go out of town because he broke her phone prior to this. And Tahaley's mom said, no, please take your brother's phone if you're going to go with him. And Tahaley said, no, mama, I'm going to be okay. My boyfriend's going to give me one of his phones, one of his 2 phones. I'll be fine. If I need you, I'll text you off of his phone. Well, the morning of the 20th, they got into an altercation, and Tahaley's boyfriend left her with no phone, nothing. And so Tahaley left the hotel and walked next door to the Circle K, where she was very frantic, and she called 911. And her 911 call got leaked to the media, to the media. I don't know how the media got her 911 call before Tahaley's family did, but they did. And they released Tahaley's 911 call the day we were going to view my best friend's body. Her 911 call got leaked. And in the call, you can hear my best friend say she was essayed that morning by her baby father. And he had cheated on her, and she had caught him cheating on her in his messages. And she was hurt. She was crying in the 911 call. It's very triggering. And I don't encourage anyone to listen to it. But if you do, just know it's extremely triggering. And in the call, she says he did stuff to her. And from there, the ambulance came. And on the 911 call, I'd also like to add, they didn't care about what she was saying. You want to know what they cared about? What race was she? They kept saying, oh, what skin color are you? What race are you? What race are you? And then she finally said, I'm black. Because what does it matter what color I am? I just said he was beating on me this morning and essaying me, and I'm embarrassed because he cheating on me. Like, what? And I need help. I need help. And y'all care about what race I am? Are you kidding me? So
And
from
then
this,
literally right when they had said that, their entire tone had changed as well.
and from
The
there, 911, the ambulance, EMS took my best friend from Circle K to Novant Health Hospital, where she was briefly admitted, where they didn't give her any meaningful help at all. And from there, she was released a few hours later and ended up at Big Ben Pub, where she called her mom and was like, I just left the hospital. This is what's going on. I need help. And her mom was like, stay there. Let me send you a ride share. Let me send you like a Uber. Just stay put, Ta'Haley, please. Like, let me get you. Like, I'll just stay put. And Ta'Haley was like, no, mama, they're being weird. Like, they're being weird to me. I'm gonna go to the Burger King down the street and I'm gonna call you back. And to preface this, I went to Charlotte too. I went in Big Ben Pub, and the B words in there are snooty. I get why my best friend said they being weird, because guess what? They was being weird to me. What? I could only imagine if I was black. They would definitely be weird. Like, no, they were snooty patooty and acted like they were better than anybody. When I went in there saying my best friend's missing and y'all just seen her. They don't care. Nobody cared and everybody failed her. From Big Ben, Ta'Haley was supposed to go to Burger King. We went to Burger King. She never went there.
Hey, Kalani, can I stop you for just 1 second? Guys, I do see your comments about requesting to hear the 911 call. We will not be playing it here out of respect for her family and friends. To be honest, it's not hard to find, but us with Devin and the missing will not be playing it. Thank you.
No, I don't encourage anyone to listen to the call. But like Devin said, it's not hard to find. The media leaked it. Imagine that. Imagine your daughter passing away and going to view your daughter's body, and then the media leaking her 911 call that you didn't even know existed. You were told that someone called 911 on her, and turns out she called 911 for help for herself. And the media leaked that the day you're going to view your daughter's body. Imagine. Imagine as a mother. I can only imagine that's my best friend. Imagine how that hurt me, but I can only imagine as her mother, because her mother listened to that call that day and then still went and was strong enough to see my best friend. I wasn't strong enough to listen to that call that day. I listened to it like a week later when Mama asked me to add stuff into the petition involving the 911 call. And I had to listen to it, but not strong enough the day we were viewing her body. Imagine. From Big Ben Pub, Ta'Haley made her way to Crumble Cookie, where she used an employee's phone to text her mom for the last time. Where I have a screenshot, she said, I'm waiting on Kalani. And Ta'Haley never called me, and she never texted me. God knows if she did, we would not be on live right now. We wouldn't. We would be on FaceTime. Instead of calling me, Ta'Haley sent another text to her baby father explaining the location where she was at in the shopping center. And from there, my best friend went missing for 3 to 4 hours before she was seen at Arby's next door at 9 p.m., where she came in missing her brown coat, frantic. Arby's employees claimed she was covered in mud, ran in saying that her boyfriend / baby father had assaulted her with another female and chased her with 2 pew-pews, and they were going to end her life. And Arby's employees sat with her for a minute while she hid in there, and they asked her if she wanted to call 911, and she said no. And after hearing the 911 call, I understand why my best friend said she didn't want to call 911 again. They didn't want to help her the first time. So from there, she stayed in Arby's for a minute and hid, and then she ran out the other door. Mind you guys, I only know all of this because me and her family were down in Charlotte every time we could, searching for details, searching for answers, because PD requested our help for investigation. What the F is that? You're requesting our help for your investigation? Are you kidding me? But okay, cool, we'll do it. So that's what we did. And so from Arby's, she leaves out Arby's and starts walking to Trader Joe's. Then we find out from Trader Joe's employees that she talked to the security guards in the Trader Joe's parking lot, saying the same exact story she just told Arby's, that her baby father and another female threatened her life with 2 pew-pews and were going to harm her when they found her. And the security guard at Trader Joe's calmed her down, reassured her she's okay, she's safe, which turns out my best friend wasn't. And then she made her way to the Target parking garage, where she was seen on Target security film. And she walks in the stairwell up towards like the second, like she's in the stairwell walking towards the second floor, and she walked past a cart guy. And in the video, it looks like she was talking to him, but he ignored her. And then there was a guy walking up the stairwell a little bit in front of my best friend. It looked like she was trying to talk to him. He ignored her. And then my best friend turned around. In the surveillance footage, I believe my best friend was drugged. And my best friend doesn't do drugs. She was out there on a birthday trip to rekindle her relationship with her baby father and call him cheating. And now all of a sudden I see my best friend in the surveillance footage of Target parking garage and she's tripping. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. And she just looks confused in the surveillance. It's not my best friend. She looks out of it. She looks like something happened to her, because obviously something did. Something did happen to Ta'Haley. From there, she made her way into Target. Well, back up. Before she went into Target, she made her way to the second floor stairwell, second floor parking garage of Target, where she starts running and screaming her boyfriend's name, saying her boyfriend's name. You cheated on me. You cheated on me. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And another security guard stops her, calms her down, asks her what happened. She tells him the same story she told Arby's, Trader Joe's, now the Target security guard. The same story, that she was just threatened by her baby father and another female with 2 pew-pews, and they were going to end her life. He calmed her down, reassured her, no, it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. So my best friend calmed down. She thought she was going to be okay. Surveillance shows her walking into Target. She goes into Target. Employees stated that she just looked at the blankets and left. But I watched that surveillance footage of her leaving Target a million times until I realized my best friend hid a pink blanket under her shirt. I don't know how nobody else noticed that, but here we are. But I noticed the pink blanket under her shirt. And then she made her way out of Target. And if you're from Charlotte, North Carolina, you know, by Target, there's a Wendy's, and then there's the little, I believe it's called the Little Sugar Creek Greenway. and there's a bridge, and then there's a little bit of grass beside the bridge before you go onto the bridge beside Wendy's. Well, my best friend laid right there in that grass with her pink blanket as a security guard watched her. Another security guard watched her. All of these people my best friend saw, all of these security guards my best friend talked to, and asked for help. And he watched her fall asleep in the grass, clutching her pink blanket. After that, my best friend was missing for 19 days. Me and her family were in Charlotte, making multiple Facebook posts for 19 days. Until on December 9th, her body was found in the river of in the river of Little Sugar Creek, I believe. Only 600 feet from where she was last seen by the Wendy's. It's like the next street over. And mind you, we were in Charlotte multiple times searching for my best friend. We walked past this shallow effing river so many times. And you telling me my best friend's body was laying there for 19 days and we walked past it for 19 days? That's what they want me to believe? I refuse. I refuse to believe I walked past my best friend's body so many times. I refuse to believe that, because that water is shallow. You can see to the bottom of it. And she was found with only her bra, missing all of her clothes, none of her belongings anywhere to be found, only had 3 braids left in her hair. 3 braids left in her hair. And at first they said, this is just a sudden / natural unaliving. And then they came out and they were like, actually, we're going to do this as like a homicide investigation. And then they said, oh, JK, actually, she passed away to diabetes. Huh? My best friend just had a baby. What do you mean she passed away to diabetes? That don't make sense. Now that we making all this noise, tell me why they just came out and said, oh, JK again? Y'all thought she passed to diabetes? JK, she passed to hypothermia. Accidental hypothermia. Huh? The night my best friend passed away, it wasn't even cold enough to pass away to hypothermia. So how did she pass away from hypothermia? How does the results on her autopsy and toxology keep changing from diabetes to hypothermia to accidental to... It makes no sense. How was there no investigation? How did her baby father get off scotch-free?
Kalani, did you want to tell them what was found in her system?
Yeah, also, there was, hold on, let me pull it up, Devin. I don't want to say it wrong.
That's fine. Guys, while we listen, please remember to tap the screen, share out the live, send your daily heart me for the day. That'll show TikTok that you like the content that you're seeing here tonight and help Ta'Haley and her family get on the FYP.
And also, we just found out that she had levels of rubbing alcohol and bromazolone. I'm not quite sure how to say it, but she had substances in her system, but they're saying, oh, it's not enough for that to be her cause of death. And that's not enough for it to be questionable. But we've been saying my best friend was drugged. We've been saying something doesn't add up. We feel like Ta'Haley wasn't in her right state of mind in those videos. And now comes to find out there was rubbing alcohol in her system. And needless to say, her baby father has been on Facebook Live the whole time my best friend was missing, talking crap about her. Talking crap about her. Never checked on their baby. Not one time the whole time she was missing. He never checked on their baby. That's why I say he's not the baby daddy no more. I am. Dads are people that step up and are there for their kid. If you're not taking care of your kid, you're not a dad. I don't care.
And that's the thing. Police have not even questioned this individual. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they say some of her braid? Oh yeah. Some of Haley's hair was missing.
Yeah, she only had 3 braids left in her hair. So how some people in the comments were saying, oh, well, hypothermia makes you take your clothes off. Okay, cool. Does it make you pull your hair out? Does it make you pull your braids out? Does water unbraid your hair? Last time I checked, most of the time you need to cut the ends to unravel the braids. Right?
Yeah.
Or you just rip it out. Hypothermia just makes you rip out your braids. It makes no sense. There are so many answers that we want, so many questions. My best friend had a big gash down her forehead, but they claim her body wasn't beaten and that there was no foul play. I viewed my best friend's body. There was a big gash down her forehead. Water does that to your forehead? Water does that? Water makes you have a big gash?
And if I may step in, we checked flow rates of that river. It is basically almost stagnant. It is waist deep at best and 1 to 3 miles per hour flow at its height, and at that time, that's what it was. You don't have 4 causes of death, and if
Yes, and her baby father also went live after her body was found, and he was screaming in the street saying that if any feds or any police came down his street, then he was gonna air them up, if y'all know what I mean. And if anybody drove past them, they were gonna get aired up. And so people in the comments were like, dang, so you're just getting anybody. And he was like, yeah, he doesn't care. Just like Mecklenburg PD don't care. Because if they cared about themselves, they would have gone and got him already. Because he threatened them.
Hey, Kalani, do you want to talk about how he was pulled over and what those charges were?
So,
I think that is very important that we talk about.
I'm not sure exactly when after my best friend went missing. I believe it was like maybe, I think it was
the
Thanksgiving Day.
26th.
I know he was locked up on Thanksgiving. I
Yeah,
believe
it
it
was
was
the 26th that all of it happened.
He claimed he was on his way to Charlotte to search for my best friend, but he was on live for damn near 2 hours and he was still in Greenville. It does not take 2 hours from Greenville to get to Charlotte. It does, but you would not still be in Greenville driving for 2 hours. You would have been already dang near at Charlotte. He was driving around for 2 hours, claiming he was on the way to Charlotte. Whole time he's still in Greenville. Ended up getting pulled over because he was reckless driving. Went on a high-speed chase. And because he got blue lighted, ended up taking them on a high-speed chase. And he was smoking during it. And then he ended up getting away twice, I believe, and on Facebook Live. All of this happened on Facebook Live. And then he ended up getting out the car and grabbing a bag and ending his life. And he ended up being caught shortly after and was charged with possession of a firearm, possession of substances, a DUI for driving under the influence. I believe a felon charge. I believe he's a felon and isn't allowed to have a firearm. I don't know, he got a lot of charges, but none of them related to my best friend. And then he was released shortly after.
Honestly, the number one thing that keeps bothering me, I guess would be the right way to put it, is how he had two pews and the stuff that go inside. And one of the last sightings of your best friend, she stated that him and another female were trying to unalive her.
Yeah, and we had requested for them to search the pews, and they didn't.
Allie, would you like to chime in?
Sure. I mean, I can only chime in on so much that I know, but I don't know. Does the family or the best friend have a copy of these charges? Because if not, I can try to pull it.
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. And also, what's alarming to me from a legal perspective is the ME should not have changed the cause of death by, I think you said 5 times. I was trying to count, but definitely more than once. Do you have a copy of the death certificate?
I don't, but I believe her mother does.
I'm just curious as to what it says on there because you had mentioned to me that it was a homicide investigation and then it changed to hypothermia, which would be natural causes. So I'm just curious what that says because you can't rewrite a death certificate. So that's why I'm asking.
Well, we've only seen, so the only one we've seen, because we kept asking for the autopsy and toxology reports, all the reports to be sent over, but they wouldn't. But we just seen on the news a few days ago, they had got a hold of her report and it said accidental hypothermia.
But also, I mean, I'm not an ME, but based off my experience in investigations similar to this, the stuff that was in the toxology doesn't equate to hypothermia either.
No, from what I've researched, the allium, the rubbing alcohol would have acted like any alcohol and could have increased effects, but not to a hypothermia rate, especially given the time of year. I know, Lemon, you said that you wanted them to test the pews. That would come in handy if she had had a firearm wound where that something could be recovered and it be like ballistically matched. That's not it. My problem has always been that the police had the statement that she was saying her boyfriend and another woman were chasing her with pews. He's pulled over with pews. They did not at all question him on that. They have not interrogated him. They have not charged him. They got him on the other charges. And yet, the witness statement and what he was found with should have led them to immediately be red flags.
Lex, the only really update that we have for Tahaley is who is it who released that exactly? Kalani? I'm pretty sure it was
A news station in Charlotte.
okay. So a news station in Charlotte released that the cause of death for Tahaley Payton was hypothermia, and then she had traces of rubbing alcohol and what was that other one you said, Kalani?
I'm not sure how to say it. It was a controlled substance.
Okay, and they are trying to rule her unaliving as an accidental unaliving, which this, from the very beginning, this case has never made any sense. Like, it does, but it doesn't. And just with covering this as long as we've been covering this case since November, and we won't stop until she does get the justice that she deserves, because there's a lot of evidence that this was not an accident.
It was rubbing alcohol and Valium was
Okay.
found in her system, but they said it was not enough to be her cause of unaliving.
But this family's gone through hell. Her best friend's gone through hell. And most importantly, her baby is going to grow up without their mother. And I mean, that's not right. I know how that feels. And my heart breaks for that baby. So we need to do right by Ta'Haley, her family, and her baby by continuing to push for justice for Ta'Haley Payton. It is very important that we get her the justice that she deserves, because her family deserves answers.
Her baby father has not tried to contact us about his baby, does not care about the well-being of their baby. His mama don't care about the well-being of their baby. They know where Ta'Haley's mom lives, and if they truly cared, they could have sent formula. They could have sent diapers. They could have sent wet wipes. DoorDash is a thing.
Or a Christmas present.
Literally anything. But no, instead they haven't, and they've gone on Facebook Live instead to talk crap about my best friend. And then after she was found, all of a sudden, oh, no, we love Ta'Haley. No, she loved us more than her family. Oh, you gotta get... Okay, where was that energy when she was missing? Because when she was missing, it was F her. Huh? It was F her, and she was the one that cheated. Until, 911 call gets leaked. Turns out he's the one that cheated. But in the beginning, everybody was so quick to jump on his side and hate on my best friend. And hate on me saying, oh yeah, the best friend did it. She said she was waiting on the best friend. Are you slow? All the evidence points to her baby father. And I'm out here trying to get more people to see that. Justice. People to actually investigate her case. If I did it, would I want them to investigate her case? Are you kidding me? No, I want them to investigate everybody. Everyone failed her. No, she didn't die due to hypothermia. It makes no sense. They keep changing their cause, just like her baby father keeps changing his story. The first thing he said when she was missing, oh, I left her and I went to QT. Oh, just kidding, I left her and I went to a girl's. Oh, just kidding, I left her and I went an hour away to handle business. And then he had his mama get on live and try to back up his story saying, oh yeah, he went an hour away to handle business. Okay, that's even weirder. Where is he going to handle business when my best friend's missing? You should have just stuck with he was at QT or he was meeting a female, because an hour away handling business sounds really sketchy to me.
So real quick, I just want to let Allie know one thing that I think is very important. When Ta'Haley had went to Arby's, the detective did pull that footage, and the one thing that detective told Ta'Haley's sister was that if she was really in danger, she would have waited there for the police. and then proceeded to tell them that she's an adult. If she wanted to be missing, that's her right.
Yeah, they said she's a grown woman. If she really wanted help, she would have waited. Okay, well, she waited that morning for help and never got it.
Well, also, she wouldn't have put a blanket under her shirt at the Target and slept on the floor in the cold or whatever. I'm assuming it wasn't comfortable in the grass if she had help.
Right.
Hey, Kalani, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she send a certain individual a text message that said something along the lines of, "I'm sorry for everything. I guess I'll sleep outside," or something?
Honestly, I forgot all about that text just because
I
that
just
made
I
me
just
so
thought of
mad. But yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, she sent a text to her baby father, saying, it's my fault. It's fine. I'll sleep outside, because he had manipulated her so bad into thinking she was the problem.
That's typical victim DV mentality.
And as somebody who went through 2 DV relationships, yeah, she thought she was the problem. She capitulated time and time again, made excuses to go back.
And then I also
And
want to know, when my best friend first went missing, um, or no. When her body was first found, because he was talking crap the whole time she was missing, but when her body was first found, then her baby daddy wanted to drop a video that he took the day they were heading to Charlotte of him saying, your family doesn't care about you. I'm the only one that loves you. I'm the only one that loves you. And then she finally was like, yes, I know you're the only one, trying to manipulate her and gaslighting her into thinking that he's all she has, that she's all alone.
it is a really heartbreaking case. It really is. And I can't even. Me and Kalani have talked several different times privately about this, and me and her have grown to get pretty close. But with that being said, she's she's not ever gonna have her best friend. And at this point, Haley needs us to be her voice. She doesn't have hers anymore. This wasn't an accident, and she needs justice.
Her 22nd birthday. My best friend's 22nd birthday it did end her. It ended with her unalive in a river with just a bra, with 3 braids in her hair. And her baby's gonna grow up and we have to explain that. We need answers. We won't stop until we get justice. It's blatant racism on Mecklenburg PD's part. They don't care. And we're gonna force them to care. Haley deserves justice. Her family deserves answers. She deserved to be able to come home from her 22nd birthday. She deserved to be able to get away from her abuser. My best friend did not deserve this. And it's so sad that we're having to put in so much effort for people to know her name. to know her name, to know her face, to know her story. Because if it was a white girl, if it was me, a white person with blue eyes, we'd be all over the freaking news. Everyone's phone would be dinging. Everybody would know our name. Nobody would have to shout. Nobody would have to act out of character. But no, God forbid you have some melanin. God forbid they can find an ugly photo of you on the internet and use it to their advantage and try to paint you out as someone you're not. Try to paint you out as someone that doesn't deserve to be looked for. Mecklenburg PD is a piece of crap, and they deserve to be completely defunded. They're not doing crap anyway.
Hey,
It's so
also, I did do some research. And Allie, you'll be kind of interested to hear that Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department's got several lawsuits filed against them as well. Yeah,
Sure, that's for similar things, which would include a lack of investigative work and changing their story, which you can't change evidence.
and they haven't even questioned this guy. They haven't looked into him. They haven't done nothing.
Devin, we keep seeing this time and time and time again.
Why do you think I tell you that almost all my cases are dealing with this? This isn't the only one, sadly.
I just don't understand the people who are set out to protect and serve us that we pay for with our taxpayer dollars can't
Exactly.
even find justice for a young girl who was clearly in a tragic, scary situation.
Exactly. There is no excuse why nothing was done. There's no excuse why nothing continues to
no,
do.
I don't think they're scared of him, Ruth, sorry. I don't know. I think they're just lazy. That's the nicest thing I have is they're just lazy. I do know what's done in the dark will come to light, and karma's a bee, and I know karma's been playing its role in his life. I'm not gonna get in depth, but if you know, you know. And karma's been taking care of it. But that doesn't excuse PD from not doing their job. Just because karma's handling it doesn't mean PD doesn't need to do their job still and investigate and get Ta'Haley the legal justice she deserves. Unfortunately, Charlotte, North Carolina is very corrupt, and Mecklenburg is very corrupt. And when my best friend was missing, we went down there with a bunch of flyers to pass out. And one of the days we were down there, there was a bunch of people running down the Greenway, the Little Sugar Creek Greenway. It's like a running trail, and there was a bunch of people jogging. And I kid you not, I started jogging so people would take the flyers out of my hand because nobody was stopping. Nobody cared, not even the locals. And I kid you not, I was at a dead jog with all of these people, forcing them to take my flyers because if they didn't, I was going to be stuck on the jog with them. And none of the people wanted me to keep running. They were all very confused on why this random lady started jogging with us and she won't leave until we take this paper out of her hand. Everybody thought I was trying to advertise something, sell something. No, this is my best friend. What would you do if your best friend was missing? You would be chasing people down too, saying, look for her while you out here jogging. And half the people that took the flyers after I chased them down, they all felt bad. Some people just kept jogging after they took it. But half of the people felt bad because you never know what someone's going through. You don't know if it's an advertisement because it could be a missing person poster. You never know. If you see someone frantic out there trying to pass you something, take it. If it's advertisement, you can tell them, I'm not finna buy something. I'm good. Thank you. And keep walking because you never know. It could easily be me out there passing you my best friend's flyer saying, please search for her. I wish I would have known how corrupt Charlotte was prior to this. I wish I would have known my best friend was going to Charlotte. I would have begged her not to go too. Everyone failed her. She ran into so many people and begged for help.
Allie says, where are all the good people in this world? Why couldn't anyone wait with her?
I 100% agree. I don't know either. It doesn't take much to wait with someone until you know they're in safe hands. For instance, 2 weeks ago, me and Tahalee's sister were driving and a car accident happened right in front of us and nearly hit our car. And we got out and pulled the people out of their cars. And we sat with the lady who wasn't at fault and we let her sit in our car until her friend got there and got her, safe and stayed with her in the EMS. We didn't just leave her there. We didn't know that lady. Off a can of milk. We didn't know her. But we still stayed because we knew she was alone. And she had just gotten a car accident. We just watched it happen. We couldn't leave knowing we just watched something crazy happen and not know we left her in safe hands. So why, if me and Tahalee's sister can do that, why could no one do that for my best friend? If you guys have any questions about Tahaley Payton's case, please comment them and I'll do my best to answer.
Allie, do you have anything you'd like to say? Watch her come back and say she's stuck. Yep.
I don't have any questions that I want to ask her in public, but I will ask her some privately at a different time.
Okay. That works. Welcome in, Heather C. So,
I want to say that you're very brave for sharing your story.
Thank you. It took a lot to speak out, but I knew at the end of the day, if it was roles reversed, Tahaleey wouldn't think twice about speaking out for me. So who am I to sit quiet? My best friend, one trait about her was she was loud. She was my loud friend, my loud, funny friend. Yeah, we had our quiet moments when we were watching our movies, but for the most part, we were loud laughing. All we did was be loud laughing. And my best friend would have got so loud about me. So loud. All the hate in the beginning when she was first missing, if roles were reversed, Tahaleey would have cussed every single person out that had something to say about me if it was me. And here I am. When everything happened, all the hate came in, I didn't know how to react because I knew if it was her, she would have cussed them out. But I know Tahaleey's family, they already ready. They're already ready. They're emotional. And I have to remain strong and civil and try my best to put on a good face and not talk with emotion, but talk with facts. But yeah, we have to be the voice for Ta'Haley Payton because she's no longer here to use her voice. She's not here to speak for me anymore. So now I have to speak for her. Yes, Ruth, all she ever wanted, that's what me and Ta'Haley talked about a lot, was our family situation. And all she ever wanted was a family. To have her, she just wanted her baby to have a dad. That was the biggest thing. She wanted her baby to have a dad because Ta'Haley always expressed how hurt she was that she lost her biological dad at a young age. Yes, she had her stepdad, but for Ta'Haley, that wasn't the same. She wanted her biological dad, and she wanted her baby to have that. And unfortunately, now her baby's not going to have her dad or her mom. 9 months. And she's growing up fast. Her dad hasn't reached out, hasn't tried to send her stuff, doesn't care about her well-being because he knows that she's okay and she'll be good in our care. But that's not what matters. What matters is he's supposed to be a dad, and if he's not guilty, why is he acting guilty? And her baby's gonna grow up asking me questions. No, he's not the dad. I'm the dad. Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, but I laugh at each time you say that.
Because I know Ta'Haley would want me to take full ownership, and I will. That's my baby.
At least I love that you call yourself.
Yeah, I love that.
I know, it's awesome. I mean, she's around enough to be the dad.
I'm sure as hell around way more than he is. I have more custody
You
rights
do a
than he
lot
does.
more for that baby than he ever has. Oh. So,
Unfortunately. Go ahead.
Kalani, do you want to talk about how after Ta'Haley had her baby, how he got hurt supposedly? You know what I'm talking about?
With him
When
being
her
in the
baby, yeah, when
with him
the
being in
baby
the
was in
hospital.
the NICU.
So when Ta'Haley first, so for starters, my best friend had to have her baby early because come to find out her baby father was putting stuff in her ear saying, "Oh, you're not cute pregnant, you're ugly, you're fat, you're this, you're that." Anything but being positive towards my pregnant best friend. And mind you, I found all this out after. So don't get me started on why I didn't do nothing because Lord knows if Ta'Haley knows if she would have told me he was saying this when she was pregnant, there would have been no birthday trip. It would have been over. But she knows how I am. So I digress. Come to find out, he's in her head, makes her have her baby early because he's saying all of these horrible, awful things you could ever imagine being said to you while you're pregnant, carrying a child for a man that you thought loved you. Has her baby early. He goes and inflicts harm on himself and ends up in the hospital. And at the time, their baby was in the NICU. So my best friend wanted to stay with her baby in the NICU. And her baby father started getting mad at her and cussing her out, saying, "Oh, you'd rather be there, like you need to be in the hospital with me." And gaslit her into leaving the NICU and going to the hospital with him. And when Tahaley's mom caught wind of that, she flipped out and was like, no, he's a grown man. You don't need to be up there with him. Like, he did that to himself. You need to be with your baby. So that's another, like, part of the story that shows his character and the type of person he is and the type of parents he is. I don't even want to give him that title because he's not, but what kind he would have been. There was a comment I wanted to respond to. Mandy had said, you were going to ask me to take the baby in, and I would 100% love to take my best friend's baby in and raise her if I was capable. But unfortunately, grieving her and grieving multiple other people that I'm close with. And I just got out of court I just fought for custody of my little cousin. So I just got custody of she just turned 6, my 6-year-old little cousin, but I've had her since she was 4. So I'm dealing with that, and I just turned 21. So I'm doing the best I can, and that legal battle was it was a big hardship on me fighting for my little cousin. So I don't have the means to fight for my best friend's baby, but thankfully I'm not in the situation where I have to because my best friend's family has stepped up and is raising her baby. And of course I've helped as much as I can, but I don't have the means to take full-time custody because I just got full-time custody with my cousin. I just wanted to address that.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in. We do really appreciate each and every one of you being here. Each and every one of 600 of you that have come in to listen to Tahaley's story and her case, and it is very important that we get this out there as much as we can. So if everybody can kind of drop in the comments real quick where we're all watching this from, it would be very helpful and appreciated.
Thanks. I definitely agree. I call her my kid, even though she's my little cousin. But I promise, my kid loves my best friend's baby to death. Anytime she's not with us, my kid is saying, "Where's our baby? Like, when is she coming over? When are we gonna go over there?" And another funny thing about me and my best friend, both of our moms are named Stephanie. So growing up, we always made jokes about that. But now my kid, she has 2 Aunt Stephanies, so now she's always like, "Let's go to Aunt Stephanie's," to Haley's mama.
So raise your yeah too said that they're watching this from Simpsonville, South Carolina.
It sounds like Joshua.
I asked Joshua, they said no. But I think it's Joshua, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so too.
Oh, goodness.
Thank you, Ruth.
Yeah, okay, Josh. He said, "My name's Jeff."
Yeah, I go over to my best friend's house a lot and hang out with her family. I think it helps us all. They're probably tired of me at this point, though. Joshua is my best friend's little brother who likes to make troll accounts. Not troll accounts, but he likes to prank people. I think that's Joshua.
Dude, he's coming in with like 6 different accounts. And like even before he came in with his fake accounts, he goes, I got 4 different accounts. And I'm like, why?
I know when he was at my house last weekend, he was in your, like, I walked in on him and he was watching your lives. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, nothing, don't tell Devin. I'm like, what are you doing? I started watching him and he was making all these different accounts, trying to prank you. Like, she knows that's you. Like, you have 1 follower.
I already knew.
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, you're gonna run out of emails. And he was like, you can never stop making emails. I was like, you're gonna grow up and be like, dang, I should have not made all these emails.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I gotta address this. So raise your yeah too. Said actually 2 billion. So Josh, you just told on yourself.
No, do not let Joshua mod. Joshua, you're supposed to be in bed, not watching this. Yes, he's very funny.
Like I said, he came up in the boxer earlier today, and he's sitting there roasting missing people alert. It was funny. Ruth, do you remember that, KJ? Haha, so you just told on yourself again, Josh.
Yes, I do remember that.
That was funny.
But given what Josh was doing to me, that was sort of fitting. I mean, what Matt was doing to me. So, yes, I was Little Debbie, Old McDonald. I was a pickle.
Now
Whatever.
Joshua.
No, Matt was playing with filters. We're going to take his crayons away.
Oh. Okay, Joshua, for real though, get out of here. I love you. Kick him out. I don't want him watching. I feel bad. Like, it's emotional. Like,
Yeah, but even if I kick him out, he's just gonna come in.
okay, bye, Joshua. I'll call you. I'll FaceTime you when I get off if you're awake, but you should go to bed. I'll take you out to the park tomorrow.
Ooh, how about that? If I was local, I'd come.
Girl, I got you.
Everybody in the comments, tell Josh to go to bed.
I think he left. Good night.
Yep. Danielle said if I can't print flyers, you have to go to bed.
Never said you couldn't print them. We said you couldn't go put them out.
Danielle is 33 weeks pregnant and she's supposed to be on bed rest. And she tried to ask me earlier today if she could go and hang flyers. And all of us told her no.
Thanks, Danielle. Please keep your baby safe. Rest up. I want you to have a safe labor. Yeah, justice for Ta'Haley Payton.
Does anybody have any questions or does anybody need a small recap? And we still said no, Danielle. That's not bed rest. Okay, so at least one Okay, so 2 people are asking for a recap. Would you like to give it, or do you want me to?
A brief recap: Ta'Haley Payton went on a birthday trip to Charlotte, North Carolina with her baby father for her 22nd birthday. And they got into an altercation, and she went missing for 19 days before her body was found in a creek, missing almost all of her clothing. All she had was her bra, and she only had 3 braids left in her hair. The rest of her hair was pulled out, or we really don't know what happened to the rest of her hair. And she had none of her belongings, and no water was in her lungs, but my best friend was in the river. And at first they said she passed away to diabetes, and now they're saying she passed away to accidental hypothermia. And they're trying to say that there is no foul play involved, when if you read my best friend's petition or look more into her story, it is very evident and clear that foul play is 1,000% involved, and her baby father has something to do with my best friend's unaliving. Mecklenburg PD are not trying to investigate, and they are not taking Ta'Haley Payton's case seriously. They don't care about her boyfriend's threats he's made against them and multiple other people. Her baby father, he's just roaming around the city free. Karma has been getting him, but unfortunately, legal justice has not got him. This all happened in Charlotte, North Carolina, but my best friend and her baby father live down here in South Carolina. They stayed in Spartanburg, but Ta'Haley's family lives in Simpsonville, South Carolina. Yes, he's just been on live. That's where he's been. Yeah, her child is safe with her family, being well taken care of, but he has not attempted to see his child, nor has he sent his child any formula or anything. And he kept the car seats for the child. And so guess what? I became the baby daddy, and I went out and bought car seats for my new child. So their child is well and being taken care of, but not by him. Yeah, very classy. And her family requested some of Ta'Haley's clothes so her baby could at least smell her mama. And they have yet to bring anything of Ta'Haley's by. And Ta'Haley's mother requested that when Ta'Haley first went missing, she had texted his mom asking for some of Ta'Haley's clothes. He has been served custody papers. I would like to put that out. He does not want to be a dad. Or I think he wants the title, but he doesn't want the responsibility. But yes, that was one of the first things we did, was ensuring her child's safety. I'm sorry, Ruth. That's why I just pray for my best friend's baby as she gets older and has questions, that God will guide us with the right things to say to her, because I don't want her to grow up with resentment and hate in her heart, because she deserves to grow up with love and not have to experience all that at such a young age. So I just pray that we have more answers by the time we get to her questions. Thank you, Ruth. Yes, I will always be there for Tahaley's family, no matter what, because the last text she ever sent, she said she was waiting on me. And I truly feel like my best friend sent that text for a reason. And I feel like I don't know, deep down in my heart, I just feel like she wanted me to be there for her family and be there for her baby and her brothers and her sisters and everybody, especially her mama. Yes, Court, that's my baby. I have a strong love for children that don't get the love they deserve. That's my weak suit, is trying to save all the kids in the world. One day, if I ever become a billionaire, catch me starting a damn foster home that's dope with like cool stuff for kids, where like they can actually be loved and supported in this flawed system. Because not only is our legal system corrupt, so is our foster care system. South Carolina is 500 families short in foster care right now. Meaning, my little cousin, if I wouldn't have got custody of her, she would have got sent right back to her abusers. So at 19, I had to lawyer up and fight for custody.
So, Kalani, just real quick, to make you smile for a split second, Munchie says Joshua was in Devin's live earlier, and we got to hear Tahaley's baby. Yeah, we all got to hear her. Go ahead.
Mama's gonna
I
whoop
do
him
apologize.
now. I don't think he's supposed to be on live.
Yeah. And then when that happened, he's like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, he better not have my baby
Yeah,
on
he
live.
literally, like, as soon as her baby started making noise and fussing, he got off.
Yeah, I took a video this morning of her. She's so cute.
Yeah, he wants to mod for Devin in the missing.
I don't know if I would trust his mod skills.
No.
She would pin something like a funny joke, like an out-of-pocket joke.
What are you confused about, Nicole? I apologize.
I'm sorry, that's my fault. She said for her to freeze to death, and I said that was not the COD. I was meaning cause of unaliving. It was not. We know that it was not actually hypothermia. I was using a TikTok friendly, and it sounded like I was saying a fish. I'm sorry.
I thought you were talking about Call of Duty, and I know
I
Tahaley was
didn't even
off
think of
because
Call of Duty. I
no,
was
that was
thinking
the first thing
cause
I
of.
saw. Yeah,
To me,
'cause
it's COD is always cause of unaliving. But yeah, I just realized probably gaming and.
yeah, I thought I was
Sorry
thinking Call of
about.
Duty because Tahaley she would
Oh, now
stream her
Munchie, you're
playing.
making us old by saying cash on delivery. We don't do COD anymore. He's still on Fortnite and racing games. I don't allow him Call of Duty. I don't allow him Grand Theft Auto, any of the ones that are violent.
I
Because
don't
he is
blame you.
autistic. I do limit those.
I don't blame you. Definitely GTA is a no-go. I
He's
could point
allowed to
that out when
now
I'm
he's allowed to
playing
play
too.
that, but the older person he's allowed to play with does not let him do anything but drive the cars.
Aw.
Because I told them that my son is not going to find the nudie bars and do hold 'em ups.
Yeah.
I do not. Hey, I'm a single mom. I do not want to have to explain nudie bars because of game. Okay, not a conversation I want to have.
Good night, Court.
Good night, Court. Thanks a lot for
Thank you
being
for
here.
sticking with us. Yeah, no, to Haley, she would stream while she played Call of Duty. So when I saw that, I instantly thought about Call of Duty. And I know she would have too. Oh. I wish she would have I wish she would have went viral when she was twitching her Call of Duty, cuz then more people would know about her unaliving.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize not knowing the lingo. TikTok has us having to talk like toddlers. I mean, it's ridiculous, but we have to watch everything we say, unfortunately.
Thank you, Court. Good night. Nicole, if you have any questions, feel free to ask and I'll do my best to answer them. So my best friend Haley Payton went on a birthday trip. Her 22nd birthday, she went to Charlotte, North Carolina with her baby father. And she is very beautiful. They went to Charlotte, North Carolina with her baby father to celebrate her 22nd birthday. They ended up getting into an altercation, which left Haley missing for 19 days until her body was found in a river, missing all of her clothes except for her bra and all of her braids except for 3 strands left in her hair. She had 3 braids left in her hair, but the rest of her braids were missing. Charlotte Mecklenburg PD says that I don't believe. I'm trying to understand your question, Ruth. I know she told multiple people. I don't know if the pew pew was ever used. I'm not sure, but the way she explained it to people, she made it seem like they had beat on her with the pew pews and were going to hurt her. So I don't know. I feel like if they would have tested the pew pews, there might have been some trace of DNA that came back to my best friend because she did have a gash in the middle of her forehead, and they want to tell me that that's caused from the river. The river doesn't make a big gash in your forehead. But sorry, Nicole. She was found in the river with just 3 braids left in her hair, with only her bra and none of her personal belongings. And at first they said she passed away to diabetes, and now they're saying she passed away due to hypothermia. But the night my best friend was unalived, it wasn't cold enough for her to pass away due to hypothermia. So none of this makes any sense. And her baby father has not been thoroughly investigated. He has a history of violence. He's a violent felon. This trip was supposed to be to rekindle their relationship. My best friend's mom begged her not to go. We've been on the news multiple times. We've been down to Charlotte multiple times. The river my best friend was found in is like waist high at best. There was no water in my best friend's lungs. So, who put her in the water? Why does she only have her bra on? Where's her clothes? Where's the rest of her braids? Where's the blanket she was seen when the last person that saw her was a security guard that watched her fall asleep in the grass beside Wendy's. Not in the Carolinas. Yeah, where are her clothes? We don't know. We have so many questions with no answers. If you go on the petition, my best friend, before she was found in the river, she went in multiple places begging for help. She went to a Circle K, called 911. She went to Novant Health Hospital. Then she went to Big Ben Pub. And then she went to Crumble Cookie. And then she went to Arby's. And then she went to Trader Joe's. And then she went to Target. And all these places, my best friend begged for help. My best friend begged for help. And they didn't help her. And the last person that saw her was like the fourth security guard that watched her fall asleep in the grass clutching a pink blanket beside the Wendy's in the grass. And then she showed up. No security footage from the Wendy's. We got surveillance from Target. From the Target. And we're working on getting more surveillance footage, but it's just been a pain trying to get it from these establishments. Nobody cares. Yes, all these people failed her. When she called 911 that morning, requesting help, the EMS just kept asking what race my best friend was. And that leads me to believe that they're treating her case differently because of her race. Same reason they treated her 911 call different the second she said she was black. All these people failed her. Right, and she was supposed to be the victim. And mind you, her 911 call got leaked. I want to emphasize leaked. We didn't even know that she's the one that called 911. This whole time we thought someone called 911 on her, and then she got sent to the hospital because that's what they were telling us. They were telling us, oh no, she had postpartum depression and went to the hospital. No, that is not what happened. Her 911 call got leaked by the media, by this bum, by a real bum that wants to be a fake reporter and leaked it to the media, which I really don't like that man, but I'm thankful that he got a hold of the 911 call, because as bad as I hated to hear it, I needed to hear it because it brings more questions. It brings more questions because in the 911 call, she called 911. And she said she was woke up to getting beat on, and she was SA'd. And she said she caught him cheating. She went through his phone and he was cheating on her. And it was embarrassing. But before this 911 call got leaked, her baby father was on Facebook trying to spread the narrative that he was the victim and that my best friend cheated on him and that she was a cheater and that she didn't love him, and trying to spread this narrative until all of a sudden the 911 call comes out and he's looking crazy because she's on 911 saying he's the one that cheated and he's the one that was beating on her, essaying her. Ta'Haley passed away. She went to Charlotte, North Carolina for her 22nd birthday and was found 19 days later in the river, unalived, with only her bra and 3 braids left in her hair. And police are saying she passed away due to hypothermia. Her baby father has not been questioned. I strongly believe and allege he has something to do with my best friend's unaliving. My best friend only had 3 braids left in her hair when she was found in the river. She had no water in her lungs. So who put her in the water? How is she in the river, but there was no water in her lungs? How is it natural? How is it accidental? But she has 3 braids left in her hair and only a bra on, and all her clothes and belongings are missing. It's not accidental. That's not hypothermia. That's BS. My best friend went into multiple different establishments begging for help, saying that her baby father and another woman were chasing her, trying to unalive her with 2 pew-pews. It probably was. And it doesn't matter if it was or if it wasn't, he is the one that left her in Charlotte. And he needs to be held responsible for that at bare minimum. What do you mean, Jada? They went to Charlotte, North Carolina for her 22nd birthday, and they were supposed to be rekindling their relationship. Charlotte Mecklenburg is not. What did Ta'Haley do to the girl? No, Ta'Haley claimed that her baby father and another female were chasing her with 2 pew-pews trying to unalive her. And this was around 9 p.m. when she ran into an Arby's. Then she ran to a Trader Joe's and talked to security. Then she ran to a Target, talked to security in there. Then she went inside and took a blanket because it was cold. And then she went outside and fell asleep in the grass. And another security guard watched her fall asleep in the grass. And then she went missing. And 19 days later, she was found in the river. If you go to her petition, there's a lot. So originally, Joni, that morning, he did leave her at the hotel. He took his car and left her at the hotel, but he went to the Circle K next door. He left and she went to the Circle K, and he caught wind and he went to the Circle K. But he did originally leave her at the hotel. They did call family Like when she made it to the crumble, like when she made it to Big Ben Pub, she called her mom. She went in there and requested to call her mom. Well, let me reverse. The 911 operator said that she was going to have a chance to call her mom. And Novant Health Hospital never gave her a chance to call her mom. It was for her birthday trip. I didn't even know she was going to Charlotte. She went with her baby father to rekindle their relationship because prior to her birthday trip, they were having issues and she went back to her mom's house and he wanted to rekindle stuff with her. He was like, we're going to start fresh. We're going to have a family, manipulating her, getting in her head, gaslighting her, telling her that he's the only one that loves her and no one else loves her like that. If I would have known they were going to Charlotte, I would have told her not to go too. No, so prior to her birthday trip, he broke her phone like 2 weeks prior to this, to her birthday. He had broke her phone. They had got into it and he had broke her phone. And so when Tahaley told her mom that they were going to Charlotte, her mom was like, please don't go because you don't have a phone. Please at least take your brother's phone. And Tahaley was like, no, I don't need my brother's phone. I'll be fine. My baby father has 2 phones. It'll be okay. I'll just use one of his phones. He's going to give me one. And Tahaley's mom was like, no, please don't go. Like, please take his phone. And Tahaley was adamant that she was going to be okay. And she was texting her mom like prior to the altercation off of one of his phones. But then once everything happened, he took the phones with him. So that's why I'm like, he needs to be charged with at least leaving my best friend with no resources. Because he claims that he left Tahaley in Charlotte, North Carolina, and drove all the way back to Greenville. I call BS. I say he stayed in Charlotte the whole time and did something to my beautiful best friend. Because he's sick in the head, Jada. He's sick in the head. I believe the Wendy's was closed to the inside at the time. I want to say that's why she never went into the Wendy's. But Wendy's people did say they had saw her that day walking around. She passed, her body was found December 9th, and she went missing November 20th. Well, everything happened the 20th, but we didn't realize she was missing until the 21st. That's when my best friend's family reached out to me and was like, hey, they had called me the morning of the 21st and said, hey, you're with Tahaley? And I'm like, no. Like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you're supposed to be with Tahaley. And instantly, I knew something wasn't right because me and my best friend would always tell each other if we're using each other as a cover. Like, you know, when we were kids, I would be like, hey, Mom, I'm going to Tahaley's house. Or vice versa. She'd be like, I'm coming to Kalani's. But we would always cover for each other. But we haven't done that since we were kids. You know what I mean? We're grown now. What do we have to cover for each other for? So when she said, you're with Tahaley, instantly I'm like, no, I'm not with Tahaley. And she's like, what are you talking about? Tahaley texted me yesterday saying she was waiting on you. Instantly, I checked my call log and my text log. Nothing. I didn't get anything. No random texts, no random calls, nothing. My best friend didn't call me. She never texted me. She lied. And I don't know why she lied. I believe it's to bring me close to her family now and spread awareness about her. Because she knew if she said that, I would make hella noise trying to find my best friend. So instantly, I'm like, no, I'm not with her. And Mama's like, well, the last thing she ever told me was she was waiting on Kalani, and I haven't heard from her since. And that was the last text my best friend ever sent to her mom. And after that, she had texted her baby father explaining like where she was in the shopping center.
So can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I just, you know me, I always kind of say some stupid shit at the wrong time. But you want to know what really grinds my gears is the fact that there is evidence against this person, and they still have not done anything.
Sorry, Joni, I should specify. Thank you for commenting that. So she had text off of she went to Crumble Cookie. It's a cookie place, and she went in there and used an employee's phone. And that's when she sent her last text ever to her mom saying she was waiting on me. And then off the employee's phone, she texted her baby father saying she was in the shopping center trying to explain where she was. But yeah, she didn't have a phone. She was relying on the community's phones and the store phones. Yeah, stated she does have a baby. Her baby father has not tried to reach out about the baby, does not care about their baby or the well being of their baby. However, their baby is doing amazing. Their baby is great. When everything happened, I want to say 3 months. Right? Or
At this time, though, guys, I am going to ask everybody to stop asking about Tahali's baby because that's not the focus here. All everybody needs to know is that that baby is safe and well taken care of.
yes, her baby is good. Our focus is getting Tahaley justice and getting more people to know her name and about her case. Tony, I agree. This case doesn't make any sense, and it hasn't made sense since the very beginning when she first went missing. And we started searching in Charlotte, and missing person investigate detective that was over her case in the beginning. She was so rude, and she did not help at all looking for my best friend. Instead, when we first found a surveillance footage of my best friend coming to Arby's, the missing persons detective said, "Oh, well, I saw the footage. She's grown. If she really wanted help, she would have stayed and waited for the cops." Yes, Joni, your boyfriend should be the first one to be questioned. But unfortunately, they don't want to take it seriously and they don't want to actually question him. I wish I had a great reason why. In the beginning, I thought they were just holding out to gather more evidence. But after I realized I was the only one watching his lives on Facebook, I'm like, how are they gonna bust him if I'm the only one watching it? Yeah, please go read and sign the petition in Devin's bio. Justice for Ta'Haley Payton. And it goes over all the details in her case.
Also, Tahali's GFM link is also in the link tree in my bio. If you guys can donate. If you can't, please help us by sharing it out.
I would like to note on the GFM it does say donations for private autopsy, but at this point it is past the date of a private autopsy, and we are using all of the donations to go towards a private investigator.
All right, guys. Does anybody have any last minute questions? It is getting pretty late. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I just want to take this minute and just tell you, to a certain extent, I can feel your pain, not fully, but I am always here. As you know, I'm always a message away. Doesn't matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 in the afternoon. And no matter what, I am going to continue to help this family and push for justice for Ta'Haley Payton, as all of the evidence does point to DV and SA, sadly.
Thank you, Evan.
Has the SBI gotten involved? Do you mean the FBI or the SBI?
Yes, thank you to everyone that was here and to all of the sweet, nice comments. Thank you, guys.
Just so you know, 720 people have heard her story tonight.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we're gonna still push out her case, and I do go live about her usually during the week. So somebody is asking what happened. Do you want me to read the flyer, or would you rather just do a quick recap?
Oh, we'll do a quick recap because it's getting late and
Yeah, we're
everybody's
probably all done.
get some rest.
Okay, guys, this is going to be the last recap. And so please, while she does tell this recap, tap your screen, share the live, send your daily heartbeat for the day if you are able to. Sorry.
So my best friend Ta'Haley Payton went on a birthday trip to Charlotte, North Carolina to celebrate her 22nd birthday with the father of her child. Unfortunately, after an altercation had happened, he ended up claiming he left Ta'Haley and went back to Greenville. And my best friend was missing for 19 days until her body was found in the river she was wearing only a bra with 3 braids left in her hair. We don't know where the rest of her hair was. We don't know where the rest of her clothes are. We don't know where the rest of her belongings are. And there was, they said my best friend passed away due to hypothermia, but there was Valium and I'm trying to think of the name, I'm drawing a blank, but alcohol levels in her bloodstream, but they claim that wasn't the reason for her passing. They're saying it was due to hypothermia, but the day my best friend passed away, it wasn't even cold enough for that to happen. My best friend went into multiple different establishments the day of the 20th before she passed away, searching for help. And she had went into an Arby's that night claiming she had been assaulted by her baby father and another female, and that they were chasing her with 2 pew-pews and threatening her life. And she told that to multiple different people. She had called 911 that morning and went to the hospital for help, and they had released her without any meaningful help. She told her mom that she was waiting on me, but my best friend never called me and never texted me, and so we didn't realize that something was wrong until the next day, the day of the 21st, when her mom called me that morning asking if she was with me, to which I responded she wasn't. And that's when we went on our search for Ta'Haley Payton. And 19 days later, we found her. Well, we didn't find her, but someone did. We still don't know who actually found my best friend's body, but someone did 19 days later, only 600 feet from where she was last seen. The last person that saw her was a security guard that claims she fell asleep in the grass beside Wendy's, clutching a pink blanket. 19 days later, my best friend was found in the river with just a bra, 3 braids, no blanket, no clothes, nothing. And they're saying it was hypothermia. It makes no sense. We have so many questions and no answers. My best friend is a mom. Her baby's gonna have to grow up without her parents. Her baby father has not been held accountable. Mecklenburg PD has done nothing to ensure Ta'Haley Payton justice. She had levels of rubbing alcohol and Valium in her system, but there's no foul play. Her child is safe and in good hands, healthy, happy, taken care of. We're focused on justice for Ta'Haley, but don't worry, her baby is safe and healthy. Her baby father has not tried to reach out to the child or bring the child anything. He doesn't care. If he wasn't guilty, why is he acting so guilty? I would also like to add in, before we get off the live, before my best friend passed away, there was this girl that she had animosity with, and where she was arguing with, and this girl had threatened to pew my best friend. And after my best friend was found, come to find out, her baby father messaged that same girl that was threatening to pew my friend, messaged her trying to sleep with her. So if you really love Ta'Haley like you said you did, why are you trying to sleep with the same girl that said she was going to hurt my best friend?
I know we're about to get off, but I have literally just thought about this. Do you want to talk about the instance that happened when they were on a break and he showed up at her mother's house?
Yeah, so prior to Ta'Haley's birthday trip, she had got away from him and gone to her mom's house trying to get away from their rocky relationship. And he showed up trying to see her. And so Ta'Haley's sister, Carlotta, went to the door and was like, "What do you want? What are you here for?" And Ta'Haley's baby father was like, "No, I'm here for Ta'Haley. I need to see her." And Carlotta was like, "No, like, she doesn't want to see you. You're not going to see her." And he was like, "Oh, like, that's what you think? Okay." And he ran to the car and grabbed a pew. And by the time he turned around, Lotta already shut the door and locked it and went inside and told Mama. And Mama called the cops. And they filed, Carlotta and Ta'Haley's mother filed a police report against Ta'Haley's boyfriend/baby father. And this was prior to the birthday trip. And I would like to emphasize, Ta'Haley's mom begged her not to go. She begged her not to go. When your grown kid wants to do stuff, that's on them. There's nothing you can do, but as a mom, say, please don't. Because there's nothing, at this point, they're grown. Ta'Haley's mom begged her not to go. She begged her to take her brother's phone. Yeah, so police are saying it was hypothermia and that it wasn't a
Schmurder.
yeah.
But literally all of the evidence, and I do want to just emphasize, guys, that she did have traces of rubbing alcohol and a controlled substance.
Valium.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the word. So there is evidence that this was not an accident, and they are still trying to rule it as an accident.
And I would also like to point out, before my best friend's body was found, her baby father was on Facebook Live acting a folio and with his homeboys or whatever, kikiing. And every time his homeboys would come over and smoke something with him, they would pass out on the couch. And he would take videos of them with like weird songs in the background. And like, in my personal opinion, I thought it was like some weird stuff going on, so where he makes his friends smoke with him so they'll pass out. In my opinion, I feel like he has a tolerance to whatever he's putting in his blunt, and he's built such a tolerance that it doesn't affect him. Just like people that take Xans every day, it won't affect them. Like if you give someone that's never taken a Xan, it's gonna mess them up. Same with this. He has built himself such a tolerance to whatever he's doing, it doesn't affect him. But on his lives, you can tell it's more than just marijuana. Marijuana doesn't make you pass out like that on the couch with your butt out. Like, it's weird. It's weird. If you go on his Facebook, you'll see weird stuff. And if I was law enforcement, that would be evident. Like, yeah, okay, let me see if this is in her system. Oh, let me go see if this is in his system. Like, because it doesn't add up. How is this in her system, but they don't want to go check him? They don't want to do this. They don't want to actually investigate. But I just wanted to point out that was on his Facebook Live, and he does weird stuff with his friends on there and takes videos of them passed out.
And then, guys, let's just say from certain instance that I was made aware of a couple of weeks ago also does not prove he is an innocent. And I don't know if Kalani would like to go into detail about that with you guys or not, but let's just say everything that I've seen on him, evidence-wise or not, this person's not a good person. And I mean, he needs to be held accountable for what he did.
Honestly,
Did they do DNA if she was essayed something should be there for them to test?
honestly, I don't know the results, Joni, but I do know when everything was first said and done, I remember hearing the coroner on the phone with Mama, but it was the coroner saying that they need to get an essay. She needs to request an essay test to be sent out. But I don't know about the results or if they even sent one out because they've been so crappy with Tahaley's case, and they've gave Tahaley's mom the runaround throughout all of this and sent her to voicemail countless of times. And throughout the whole time we were waiting on her autopsy, when it finally came back, why'd the examiner go on vacation for weeks? And then when the second they come back, they're still dodging Mama, and now all of a sudden it's diabetes, and now it's hypothermia. It makes no sense. And I wish we did have the answers. I wish they would call Mom back and tell her.
And then since that news clips or that news articles come out, have they reached out to her mother at all?
I don't believe so.
Wow. So they'll give the news information, but they won't give the mother.
Well, no, CMPD declined to comment to the news, but Charlotte news station was able to request the reports, I guess the toxicology report, because they had put that in their news clip, which is on my Facebook if you go look it up.
Speaking of which, guys, if you guys are on Facebook, the family has created a Justice for Tahaley Payton page, and I do urge everybody to go over and follow that if you guys are on Bookface. The picture that's gonna show up will be. Hold on, I got it. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. I've got it somewhere. Well, the picture that I had up earlier, it's got several pictures of Tahaley, and then it's got in pink writing, it says Justice for, it looks like this. It's just not resized. But this is the picture that will pop up. And so, with that being said, before we go ahead and get off here, I'm going to go ahead and give my mod KJ a chance to speak. She's been pretty quiet tonight.
Y'all know how I feel about this case.
I know.
I could nitpick it up one side, down the other, and every day that ends in Y and about 1,000,000 times on Sunday. Long and short, everybody's failed her. It doesn't matter who she contacted, what she said, what she asked of people, everybody failed. So what I'm asking people is, if you see something, have the strength to help. Not just say something, help. If somebody says they need something, stop it. It takes a minute to be kind, to think outside of yourself for a minute. If somebody looks like there's something wrong, ask them if they're okay. You can be the difference between somebody needing help and somebody ending up like Tahaley. You know, we live on our phones. We've disconnected from the world. We do so much that it constantly has us going 1,000,000 different directions. And we go, well, it's not my business. It's not my problem. I have this going on. Make it your business. It takes nothing. Not really. You know, we appreciate every one of you that has come through, every one of you that has been sharing, everyone that is signing the petition. But we need to speak up louder because nobody is getting heard. These families aren't getting justice. These families aren't finding their missing loved ones. And it's time that something changes.
Absolutely. And I want to take a second and recognize Kalani. You are very strong and brave for continuing to come on here and tell your best friend's story. Yes, I do understand sometimes that it may not feel like it, but just know that you and Tahaley's family do have a lot of people that will continue to stand by you guys until she does get the justice that she deserves. And the reason why I said does is because she will get the justice she deserves.
Thank you, Devin.
Absolutely.
Yay. Thank you to everyone in the comments, especially Ruth, and just to everyone that stayed and listened. We will get justice for Tahaley Payton, no matter how long it takes us. But together we are stronger and we are louder.
And so, with that being said, guys, Thank you, each and every one of you, for coming in. And I do think we're going to go ahead and end it right here. Everybody have a wonderful night, and you guys have an amazing weekend. And we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, Devin.
Good night, everyone.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.